Hello, sports fans. It is Tuesday, May the 28th, year 2013, and as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Hope you guys had a nice Memorial Day weekend. Let's recap what went on in the sports world the last few days. Let's start in the NBA, where last night the San Antonio Spurs went into Memphis and swept away the Memphis Grizzlies 4-0. San Antonio is back in the finals. What a great job by San Antonio. Nobody does it better than San Antonio. They have a first-class organization from top to bottom. I mean, their front office is first class. Popovich is a great coach, gets the most out of his players, gets the most out of his role players, and San Antonio's stars are first class all the way. Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, all first class. Tremendous job by San Antonio. They have a lot of age on them. I mean, Ginobili and Duncan are getting up there, yet here they are again in the finals. They beat a good young Memphis team to do it as well. Memphis has beaten the Clippers. Memphis had beaten Oklahoma City, and San Antonio just dusted Memphis 4 games in a row. I was very surprised by this series. I mean, I thought San Antonio would win. They had home court, but 4-0. Never saw this coming. So tremendous job by the Spurs. They are back in the finals, continue to reinvent themselves, San Antonio, and they're going to have some time off now because Miami and Indiana are only up to Game 4 tonight. So San Antonio is going to have some days off to rest. Nice job by San Antonio. I don't think anyone, like them or not, I don't think anyone could say anything bad about the way San Antonio conducts business. They do it in a first-class manner. Over to the Eastern Conference we go. Game 4 tonight. Miami is up 2-1 over Indiana. Indiana had tied the series on Friday. They beat Miami in Miami to even the series at 1. But then on Sunday, Miami went right back to Indiana and shot the lights out. Miami shot like 60% in that game, and Miami beat Indiana, took a 2-1 lead, and they reclaimed home court as well. So Miami's still in the driver's seat here. Miami wins tonight. Forget it. It's lights out. Indiana can get back in the series tonight, must win tonight. They can even at 2. Now, I think it's still Miami's series to lose. I mean, Miami, to me, is the best team in the NBA. I mean, I thought Indiana would win a couple games. I'm sure they will, but I think Miami's going to get through this series. Miami, I was really impressed with them on Sunday night. I mean, they didn't look so good in the first 2 games of this series. Indiana kind of outplayed them, but Miami shot the lights out in Indianapolis. I mean, they shot almost 60% on the road. You're not going to lose too many games when you shoot that well, and Miami did. They flexed their muscles, and they showed who's boss in the NBA with that game. Game 4 tonight, very important game for Indiana. So that's kind of where you are in your NBA right now. Over to the NHL we go. On Friday night, the Penguins beat Ottawa to wrap up that series, so the Penguins move on. It was a nice year for Ottawa. I mean, they overcame a lot of injuries. They're a gritty, gutty team. I really liked what I saw from Ottawa. The Ottawa coach has got to win Coach of the Year. Penguins do beat them on Friday. Penguins advance. On Saturday, the Bruins beat the Rangers. The Bruins win that series 4-1, so the Bruins will play the Penguins now in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Rangers got to find some goal scoring in the offseason. Nash, I mean, only had 1 goal in the playoffs, I think. He didn't get the job done. You can't expect Lundqvist to stand on his head in every single game. I mean, he stole the Washington series in Games 6 and 7 when he played lights out. He played good overall in this series, but it just was not enough. The Rangers didn't score enough. Rangers got to find some guys to put the puck in the net. Also, the Blackhawks now have won 2 games in a row. They won on Saturday in Chicago to make it 3-2 at that point. And last night they go into Detroit. They rally to win 4-3 last night to even the series 3-3. Game 7 tomorrow in Chicago. You got to favor Chicago now. They're home. They've won 2 in a row. They've gotten up off the deck. They have all the momentum. Detroit looks like they had their chance to put Chicago away and didn't. Chicago, to me, is the best team in hockey. They had the best record. They now have new life. I think Chicago is going to beat Detroit tomorrow in Chicago. I mean, I never count Detroit out. They won in Anaheim in Game 7 in Round 1. You never count Detroit out. Not with all those stars, not with their history, no way. But I favor Chicago now. I mean, they've won 2 in a row. All the momentum with the Blackhawks going home for Game 7 tomorrow, which should be a tremendous game. Also, Game 7 tonight in Los Angeles, San Jose at LA. That series is 3-3 after San Jose won the other night in San Jose. To me, I favor LA tonight. They are home. They got quick. They have, the experience of winning the Cup last year. San Jose in big spots always seems to fall flat on their face. I like what the Sharks have done in these playoffs. I mean, but I still think LA is going to get through tonight. I mean, LA's really hot at home. They've won 15 games in a row at home. This has been a home series all the way. All 6 games have gone to the home team. Why should it change now? I think the Kings get through tonight. I'm sure it'll be a low-scoring game, 3-2 someone. I say 3-2 Kings tonight. Should be tremendous. Game 7 in the NHL. Does it get any better than that? Over to Major League Baseball over the weekend. Let's go through the series from Friday to Sunday before I get to the Memorial Day games. Here's the Friday to Sunday matchups and how they turned out. Washington took 2 or 3 from Philadelphia. Cole Hamels for the Phillies is 1-8. Are you kidding me? He's a much, much better pitcher than that. 1-8. I never thought I'd see the day where he'd have a 1-8 record. Nationals take 2 or 3 from Philadelphia. Toronto and Baltimore split 4 games. Toronto had a nice comeback in the last game of that series to get the split. Detroit took 3 or 4 from Minnesota. Minnesota's falling apart. Boston, nice job, took 3 or 4 from Cleveland in Fenway Park. They had a nice rally in the 9th inning of the last game of that series. Cleveland on a little bit of a skid now. They've lost a few games in a row. Cincinnati took 2 or 3 from the Cubs. No surprise there. Atlanta took 2 or 3 from the Mets. Yankees took 2 or 3 from Tampa. White Sox swept away Miami. How bad is Miami? I mean, they are a dreadful team. The Angels swept Kansas City 4 games. So the Angels had a nice week last week. They won 8 games in a row heading into yesterday's game. We'll get to that in a second. So the Angels did a nice job, swept away Kansas City. Kansas City's not playing well all of a sudden. Pittsburgh went into Milwaukee and took 2 or 3 from the Brewers. Pittsburgh never beats Milwaukee at Milwaukee, so that was a nice job by Pittsburgh. Oakland swept away Houston. Houston's just as bad as Miami. Arizona took 2 or 3 from San Diego. Texas took 2 or 3 from Seattle. St. Louis took 2 or 3 from the Dodgers. And San Francisco took 2 or 3 from Colorado. Those were your Friday to Sunday matchups. Now, yesterday, Memorial Day, all these rivalry games. I hope you caught some of these games yesterday. A lot of rivals playing yesterday in Major League Baseball. Baltimore beat Washington. Hamill for Baltimore 7-2, so nice job by Baltimore getting the win there. Hamill 7-2, that's a nice record. Detroit behind Verlander beat the Pirates. Cincinnati beat Cleveland. Like I said, Cleveland skidding a little bit. Chu and Votto home runs for Cincinnati. They both continue to play well. St. Louis beat Kansas City. Wainwright wins. Kansas City continues to stumble. Minnesota beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee's now 19-30. Remember, what is it, a month ago? Milwaukee couldn't lose. Now they can't win. Houston actually got a win yesterday, beat Colorado. Tampa Bay beat Miami, no surprise there. Arizona took a double dip from Texas, swept a doubleheader. Even though Darvish for Texas had 14 strikeouts in Game 2, Arizona still won, so nice job by Arizona. They're playing good ball. Oakland beat San Francisco yesterday. Seattle beat San Diego. Toronto scored a lot of runs yesterday and beat Atlanta. Boston beat the Phillies. Cubs shut out the White Sox. Mets actually beat the Yankees last night, and the Dodgers beat the Angels last night. Very nice win by the Dodgers. The Angels had won 8 in a row coming into this game. Dodgers are down 6-1 in this game. You're like, the Dodgers are finished. I mean, they're not going to do anything in this game. They come storming back and win 8-7. If there's ever a game that's going to get the Dodgers going, it's got to be last night's game. I mean, down 6-1 to your arch rival, the Angels, and you come back and win. If this doesn't get the Dodgers going, nothing will. Angels overall have done a nice job the last week. They did win 8 in a row. They blew the game last night. Angels have gotten back into it, but they dug themselves such a big hole that even with the 8-game winning streak and now with the loss last night, they're still about 5 games under 500. So the Angels still have work to do. They did have a nice week last night. Dodgers, big win last night. We'll see if they can pick up their play. Also, over the weekend, the Indy 500. Tony Kanaan wins the Indy 500. Hope you caught some of that. The lacrosse Final Four in Philadelphia on Saturday. Duke beat Cornell and Syracuse beat Denver. That set up the finals yesterday where Duke beat Syracuse. Tremendous job by Duke. Syracuse was up 5-0 in this game, and Duke just laid it on them after that, and Duke wins the national title. Everyone thinks Duke is a basketball school, which it is, but they have a great lacrosse program as well. They win the national title yesterday over Syracuse. I did catch some boxing over the weekend. Frock won a decision over Kessler. That was a rematch. Kessler had won the first fight. Frock wins the rematch here. Frock definitely deserved it. He outworked Kessler, landed the bigger shots. Frock definitely deserved the decision. Really nice fight. If you can catch it on replay, if you missed it, please watch it. Nice fight, Frock over Kessler over the weekend. As far as tonight, what to watch? Of course, you got your Major League Baseball tonight, as you always do, but you got two big games, one in the NBA, one in the NHL. Now, tonight in the NBA, you got Miami at Indiana, Game 4. This is a must-win for Indiana. They have to win this game. If they go down 3-1, they are finished. Good night. You don't have to watch the rest of the series. They win tonight, it's still a series. Now, I still favor Miami, even if Indiana wins tonight. They'd still have home court. They'd still have 2 of the next 3 in Miami. But this is a very important game for the Pacers. Have to win this game. I don't expect Miami to shoot near 60% again tonight. I mean, that was ridiculous what they were doing the other night. They could not miss. So very big game tonight, especially for the Pacers. And tonight in your NHL, San Jose at LA, Game 7. Does it get any better than Game 7 in the NHL? And we have them 2 Game 7s back-to-back. We have San Jose at LA tonight, Game 7, and tomorrow we have Detroit at Chicago, Game 7. So tremendous hockey coming up. Then we're going to get Game 1 of Pittsburgh, Boston as the week goes on. Then you're going to be into your Western Conference Finals as well. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty in the NHL. Always fun Game 7 tonight. I mean, tonight you got to favor the Kings. Like I said before, they're home. They got quick. They've won about 15 games in a row at home. They have the cup experience. I think the Kings are going to get through tonight. Close game. I say they win 3-2. Okay, there you go. You guys are all caught up with what went on over the weekend. Hope you guys had a nice weekend. You guys, thanks for the support. Enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy your NBA, your NHL, your Major League Baseball. You guys stay safe. I will talk to you tomorrow. Tuesday, we'll recap everything that went on tonight. You guys, enjoy the games tonight. Stay safe. Take care.